And welcome to the Confabulation. And on this show, I bring to you guys the world of geek through my eyes as I talk to you about comic books, Transformers, gaming, tech, and more. I am your host, Eman, for this week's show. And just a few things that we're going to talk about this week. Mario Galaxy. I went ahead and saw that movie earlier this week with the kids, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about it. I have a pretty cool little mail call here, some Transformer stuff and some comic book stuff. And the main idea for this episode is I'm going to talk to you guys about my inspirations, some of the channels that I look to when it comes down to my channel itself. And this is something that I've talked to some people about, and it sounds like it's a good idea, probably to give you guys as to, an idea as to who I look up to and whose channels I look into when it comes down to kind of putting my channel together, because let's be honest, we can't watch everyone's channel. And then on top of that, we watch other things here on YouTube, HBO Max, and all these other streaming services. So it's real hard to say I watch every single person, but I catch people's show when I can. There's a lot of people whose shows that, I look at them, I'm like, hey, I like that right there. And it's not just like people in our community, it's other big YouTube channels as well. So we're going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about that later on. So also another thing, I want to say that I've enabled channel memberships here on the channel. Channel memberships are now enabled. Memberships. I gotta write this one down. There. I'll put this down right here. Channel memberships, 99 cents. It's just a nice little way to support the channel right there. It gives you custom emojis. It also gets you guys in on regularly membership polls only. Membership only polls that we'll be putting on YouTube. Just a way to kind of pick your mind. Say, hey, look, I have an idea, and let me bounce some ideas off of you guys. I definitely want to be able to hear from the community. Let me know what you guys think about some of the ideas that come into my head. And I'm saying, hey, you know what, you guys? Let me know. I'm thinking about doing this kind of video. Or, hey, look, what do you guys think about this Transformer? Or, hey, look, this is a cool comic book. Let's go ahead and talk about this one right here. So just a cool little way to just, interact. And then, of course, later on, I'm going to be adding some more tiers to the memberships where, you guys are going to be entered into monthly giveaways that would include a comic capsule. 100% you guys are going to be entered to win some items with the comic capsule. In the comic capsule, also, let me go ahead and bring that up. Comic capsule is also a channel. Yeah, oh no, let's get rid of some of these. Let's get rid of that banner. That banner doesn't need to be there right there. Sponsor of the channel, Comic Capsule. Make sure you guys head on over to comiccapsule.com. Enter code EMAN10 for 10% off your next order of comic capsules. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know exactly how much I love Comic Capsule. I think they're a wonderful, wonderful product. They're a great way to protect your comic books. Much cheaper than CGC. Just saying. I'm just saying, look, you can spend $35 to get a $10, $15 book slabbed, maybe worth $50 in the black market. Black market. Or you can just say, hey, I just really like this. I just want to protect it, and I'm just going to go ahead and slip it in. I personally use comic capsules for anything worth under $200. That's just my thing right there. I want to make sure that they're, taken care of and protected. Put them away somewhere in a box, and I really, really love me some comic capsules. So make sure you guys head on over to comiccapsule.com, enter code EMAN10 for 10% off your next order. My friend Matt, look at that. Heroes for Hire Club. Hey, homie. Hey, you, Matt. Hello. Ferdy. Oh, yeah? Yeah. What's up, Ferdy? Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with my friend Ferdy. Make sure you guys head on over to these wonderful channels right here. Matt loves to talk about movies. Over there at Heroes for Hire Club, has got a Thursday live hangout show. You guys should really, really check out. It's a fun way to just, hang out with the community and talk to, other like-minded members. And hey, you know what? I like talking about this comic. Matt's movie reviews are super, super fun too. I believe he recently did Major League. Major League is actually one of my favorite 80s movies. Just thinking about the good times that I've had with Major League. Matt did a wonderful job with reviewing Major League, but it also brings back memories of when I was hanging out with when I hang out with my cousin and we're jumping on our bed. Oh, I love this shit. Nah, I may move to England, just quoting movies. Major League is one of the movies that I've quoted, and Matt over there at Heroes for Hire Club went ahead and reviewed that with a bunch of people. It was super, super fun to watch. And for EA, like if you guys are looking for some, comic book insight, investments and whatnot, Ferdy's like the guy to go to. Matter of fact, last year for the CBCS, I actually voted for Ferdy as one of the speculation investment type of comic book channels out there. And he's really... He really gets into it. He really gets in depth with, the investment side and, what goes up and what goes down as far as value goes. And he's a wonderful, wonderful source right there. So if you guys haven't heard anything about Ferd, the Nerd, now you have. Go on over to both of those channels and subscribe. Yeah, I don't feel like working. Neither do I. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here in front of my computer talking comic books and geeky stuff to you, because I don't feel like working. I'm not working. For the next hour, I'm actually on my lunchtime. I said I'm going to take an early lunch today. They don't need to know why, but it's my lunchtime. I get to do whatever I want during my lunch. But at 12 p.m. Pacific time, I have to kind of like go back into work and do some stuff. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you too, Ferdy. Yeah, you guys make sure you guys follow Ferdy over there, you guys. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful channel. Love that guy right there. So yeah, that's kind of like how the show goes. We're gonna be talking about some of the stuff, all the geeky stuff that happens in this head, and it goes from here to you guys. That way my brain and my mouth can say, hey, you finally got it out of your system. Because Mimi doesn't want to hear this all day. And I got way too much information in here that needs to be said. So I use the microphone to say it to you guys, and that's kind of how it goes. I like to listen to the soothing sounds of Eman's World of Geeks, says Matt. You know what? Let's go ahead. So soothing music. Hey, welcome to Eman's World of Geeks. Oh my. Yeah, that's for a different thing right there. Man. Oh yeah. Whoa. So let's let me bring this up. More. Oh my. So last week, go ahead, or this past Sunday, we're going to talk about some of the things that I watched this week. I went and hung out with my kids. I went and hung out with the kids. And I'll be honest and say, you know what? I didn't really care too much for Super Mario movie. I'm surprised at that. For some weird reason, the Super Mario movie, the first one, for some reason it was boring. And I couldn't get into it for whatever reason. I don't know. It was just something about it. Don't get me wrong, I love Super Mario Brothers. I love it. I played all the Super Mario Brothers up until, I want to say, the Galaxy game. I was talking to my sons this weekend, and we were just kind of like figuring out what was the last Mario game we played. My younger son, he's played the Galaxy games. I don't think he's played the Odyssey games. My stepson, I think he played the Odyssey games. My oldest son, I think he and I stopped at Sunshine. And I started with Super Mario Brothers on the NES. So we have different generations of Mario games to really be able to say, all right, this is my experience, and then my kids have their own experience. And the best thing about watching movies with my kids is that I get to hear what they say, what they see through their eyes, through their lens. That was a huge explosion that happened behind me. That's crazy. And it's cool to just be able to kind of go back and forth and say, hey, this is what we like, what we don't like. The Mario Galaxy movie, I actually really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed Mario Galaxy movie. I thought it was super fun. I think I'm at that point now in my life where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to think too hard about a movie. I think over the last 20 years, I'm like, oh, I need to look for this and that, and cinematography and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes you just need to go in and have fun. Sometimes you just need to go in and have fun with the movie, and that's what I did with Mario Galaxy. You know what? Forget it. Let me just go in and just watch this and see what happens, see how I feel afterwards. And there was some fan service in there. there was fan service in there for people who played the games from the beginning, which is really cool. There was some characters in there that were like, whoa, like Star Fox. Well, I'm going to spoil full-on spoilers right here. At least with minor spoilers. Spoilerish. If you had the original Nintendo, you're one of the old school guys like me. Rob was in it, the little robot that picked up the top, pushed from different button to button. That was really cool. Of course, Star Fox was in it. Hey, people already kind of knew Star Fox was going to be in it, right? So he was in it, and then King Wart, the main boss for Super Mario Brothers 2, was in it, and Mauser was in it too. So they had Super Mario Brothers 2 characters in there. And for those who don't know either, Super Mario Brothers 2 wasn't even a real Super Mario Brother game. They had the Super Mario Brother paint job. It was a completely different game. Anyway, I thought it was a fun movie. I thought it was absolutely delightful. Now I give it a 7 out of 10. It had some issues, there's some problems, but overall, I went on this journey. It was not Mario centric. Some people are talking about that. This movie felt more like a Smash Brothers game. To each his own. But I really enjoyed it. So, quick thoughts on that right there. Mario Galaxy movie, I had a good time with it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Had a great time with my kids. Talked a lot about it right afterwards, sharing ideas, or sharing thoughts and whatnot. So it was really, really cool. So if you guys have checked out the Mario Galaxy movie, highly recommend it. Go check that one out right there. A couple of other things that I did this week, I just want to share with you guys real fast. Daredevil season 2, episode 4. I'm loving the show. Matter of fact, I'm going to change this. Just real fast, just quick thoughts. I'm not going to break it down. See, I'm realizing I can't review things. Well, what? The writing, the lighting, cinema. I can't do that anymore. As much as I want to, I just can't anymore. I'm just gonna look at certain things from an overall picture, from top view down. And Daredevil season 4 or season 2 episode 4, I thought it was great. If you're not watching Daredevil, Born Again on Disney Plus, watch it. I'm having a good time with that one too. I think so far it's definitely better than the first season. The first season hit for the first two episodes, and then the middle episodes it dropped, kind of dragging its knuckles, whatever. And then it picked up towards the end. But I'm pretty sure that they had to do a lot of changes between the player or the actor who played White Tiger already passed away during the season, unfortunately. So I'm sure they had to do a lot of changes. But whatever they did, whatever they're doing, and how they're approaching it right now, I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying. And there's some quirky things about it. People were mentioning, certain fight scenes, certain things came up and blah, 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 blah. How did they do this? How did they do that? The fight scenes are great. I thought Wilson Fisk's boxing in the last episode was a little, but going back to last week's episode, going back to one of the episodes from before episode 4, when they were fighting in the cells, and was it Red Rock or something like that? Those fight scenes were great. And what's cool about that scene is that it looks like it's all one shot. It looks like it was all done in one shot. My eye actually caught 11 cuts in that. So if you go back and watch that, the fight scene where they're, rescuing all the people from their cells. I counted about 11, maybe 12 cuts. But I thought they did it really good, very seamless. I thought it was, well executed. But I'm really enjoying Daredevil, you guys. I'm really, really, really enjoying Daredevil. Oh my God, Daredevil was amazing, says Matt. Yeah. Yes, it was. I thought it was. I'll say amazing. Some people have issues with that, but everyone's got their opinions. I don't know, like I said, I'm going to be looking at things from step back a little bit. Let me just soak it all in. And yeah, that ending, season or episode 4, my jaw dropped. I'm not going to spoil that. I already spoiled it. Something I'm not gonna spoil that one. That one you're gonna need to watch. That's easy for you to watch. Go watch it. I know you have Disney Plus. Go watch it. It definitely sets something up for episode 5. My jaw, like again. The opening scene was amazing. Yeah, it was. I highly recommend. I will say it. I'll say it like that too. I highly recommend checking out Daredevil season 2 or Daredevil Born Again season 2 episode 4. Another thing, definitely I'll talk to you guys about this, but oh man. Yeah, there you go. Actually, let me edit this. The Beauty, season 1. Another thing that I watched. I'm just gonna quickly go down some of the things that I watched this week. In The Beauty, I went ahead and binged it with my girlfriend, her sister, and I watched it in about 3 nights. And if you're not watching The Beauty, or if you haven't seen or heard about The Beauty, basically it's a show about 2 detectives and trying to figure out how to stop a specific pathogenic disease from spreading. And what this disease does is it actually completely rechanges your molecular structure of your body and turns you from you into something that makes you gorgeous, makes you however the side effects, one of the side effects. What is it? Something like ketosis explosion. Side effect. Blows up. You blow up. Gotta go. You know? Gotta guess. I'm live. No, I'm on. I'm always on. What is it? That's okay. What is it? What was I saying? Oh, The Beauty. Yeah. So, it stars Ashton Kutcher and Evan Peters is in it, and they're in it. Like, I think they do a great job with their acting. And so basically, like this pathogen turns you beautiful and whatnot. There's several different ways to get it. Of course, you can get it with the shot. There's this eccentric millionaire like, this is going to make money off of it. However, there's bad side effects. The detectives are doing their best to try to stop this from getting out. And it's a great show. Now, the good thing is that the cool thing about it, the reason why I'm even bringing this up in this type of show, in this type of live show, is that there's also a comic book called The Beauty. It's on Ignition Press. And I'm reading that, and they are different. It's cool because it feels like 2 different worlds, same idea: detective, pathogen. And the thing is about The Beauty is that not only do you get it through an injection is the initial way to do it. It can be transferred through bodily fluids. It's sexual disease. STD. It can happen like that, but it's kind of STD that certain people want. And then, like, as soon as you get it, like it clears your body. Like, if you have cancer, it clears it. If you have, anything wrong internally with you, then this will clear that out. However, you find out later on about the side effects. That's one of the reasons we're trying to stop it from happening. We're trying to prevent, the side effects from coming out. So we watched it, and we were intrigued. We were very, very intrigued by season The Beauty season 1. And it's another show I would recommend. It's a show that I definitely really enjoyed. And you know, if you look up the IMDb scores, yeah, I'm just taking a lot of things in as, you know, at face value from now on. It just makes things more enjoyable for someone like me. And I really enjoyed it. A lot of WTF moments. Definitely one of those shows you cannot show the kids. You don't want to watch this in front of a lot of sexual activity happens in these things. It's kind of crazy. No problem, Freddie, man. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. But have a great stream, yo. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. You know what? I want to go ahead and do this right here also. You know, let's go ahead and put this banner up right now. We'll do this right now. Now I'm going to keep this going at the bottom. Scroll across. Come on, Clipper. Oh, come on. Right, here we go. See that, you guys. I'll leave it up. Towards the end of the show, I'm going to give away a comic capsule. I'm going to be doing this regularly too. Sponsored by Comic Capsule, I'm going to be giving away at least a comic capsule every week. And of course, as the show goes on, we'll be able to give away a little bit more. Today, let's go ahead and give away a comic capsule. So make sure you guys enter comic capsule or hashtag comic capsule in the chat, and I'll do the giveaway later on towards the end of the show. And if you win, I'll definitely be sending you a comic capsule. Matter of fact, this one right here. Give you guys a silver aged comic capsule. And I'll throw some goodies in there as well. You know, some extra stuff. All right. And if you're the only one, guess what? You're going to be winning this. But if we can get more people to come in, of course, you know, this is their chances of winning. So let's hope that Matt's the only one. But if not, have everyone else come in. We'll be doing that right there. I want to do this. Look, I'm running around with a lot of stuff right here. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and bring up. Go ahead and talk about my mail call this week. I'll show you guys what I got this week in editorial. Mail call. So, a few things that I got in this week. I really want to show you. BTC. I signed up for that BTC box this week or this month. The April box was from Eris Quinones, and that's that influencer there on Instagram. He sells a lot of what you know, and I know he's got you know, he worked with BTC to become collectibles on some things. So I'm going to show you the box that I got this month from Big Time Collectibles and Aaron Quinones. I'm going to show you some of the other books first. So here we go. This is Amiko Suwayan, Ultimate Wolverine #1. That was in the BTC box right there. This is a Fantastic Four #49. This is a foily cover right there. This came in the box. There we go. This is Hush. I think #1. Hush 2 #1. This is with the metallic. You can see it here, but it's got the metallic logo on it. I don't know exactly which one this is, but this is a Scotty Youngblood cover. Look at all of these right there. Scotty Young stuff right there, you guys. Yeah. Ahsoka number 8. That's a cool little character cover right there. X-Men from the Ashes, a New Beginning. Legacy number 301, Marvel 1. This is an X-Men comic right here. From the Ashes. Have you guys read this? Have you read this? Let me know what you guys think of this one right here. I might read this. You know, I might get into it. You know. What do you think of the Hasbro prices for the new Ultra Magnus? I'll talk to you guys about that. I'll talk to you about that a little bit. BTC box is pretty cool, as you can see. I'm going through this right there. 22! What it do? See, now you get to join one of my streams, right? You know, now you can come in and hang out. Make sure you do hashtag comic capsules down in the chat there for a chance. Or you too can win a chance. Get a chance to win one of these comic capsules 22. So make sure you put in hashtag comic capsule. I'm glad that you're in here. You know, come hang out for a little bit. Come hang out for a little bit. You know, Matt's enjoying X-Men. Good. And it looks like Jed McKay is writing it. I think Jed McKay is, you know, a pretty good writer there. Justice League Unlimited number 1. Look at that team up right there. Look at that. I got 2 team books. I got an X-Men and a Justice League. It's almost like I'm a real comic book collector now. Big 2. I don't just do like independents. I do big 2 also. Here and there. And speaking about independence, well, not really, because this is DC Vertigo, and I know nothing about this one right here. This is new to me, and that's the cool thing about getting into these boxes. It's like, okay, I've never heard about this. This is a number 1. They start from the beginning, and it's not about like one comic capsule amazing. Right? No, it's about starting a story from the beginning. A Bleeding Hearts number 1. Bleeding Hearts number 1. I know nothing about this. And guess what? I'm going to crack this one open and I'm going to read it. I am going to read that one right there. Now, that's not like the main hitters here in the, you know, BTC box this month. This is their gold box. And since Aaron Quinones is a influencer who's influencing us to purchase things and which was whatnot, he worked with BTC on putting this one together. So one of the comics that was in there also is this Invincible number 1. This is the Federico Mele cover, and it's all foily. Foily get over right there. Federico Mele, and I actually saw Federico at Fan Expo last year in San Francisco. Actually, really cool guy to talk to. Super dope. Of course, he's not gonna remember. He talked to like 800 people there at the con, but I spoke with him just to kind of you know get to know him because I didn't know his art, but what he had there displayed at Fan Expo was really cool. And unfortunately, like I didn't have time to like be able to interview him, but getting to know him a little bit better, it was actually really nice. You know, very very open. And I think this is the big hitter of this month for the box. I think this is the big hitter right here for the box. He's an absolute Batman fan. Now I have the first 2 trades. So I'm going to read. I just don't want to be chasing it like, oh, there's a new Joker, and there's a new, you know, Poison Ivy, and there's a new Robins that are the size of Kaiju. We'll leave that up for the fans. But I'll tell you what, I am a fan of this artist. So this is Absolute Batman number 18. This is actually number 7 of 750 of these made. This is Absolute Batman number 18. Virgin variant by Alan Quah. And I love Alan Quah. I've met him a few times, you know, interviewed him a couple times. Every time I see him at a show, it's cool because it's like, hey, he kind of remembered. I don't know how he remembers me, but he kind of remembers, and it's pretty cool. That's the Alan Quah cover right there. Absolute Batman. That's actually pretty dope. That's pretty dope right there. I got kind of mid about I picked up X-Men again, and it's gotten better. No, it's actually good to know, you know, because I don't read it. I'll read it. Leave it up for the fans. But since it's the beginning, number one, why not? So I'll hop on that eventually. Bleeding Hearts is for, oh, okay, cool. It's actually really good to know. I'm glad to hear that. That actually allows me to, go in and start from the beginning. And that's it. That's all for the BTC box. The BTC box is pretty cool, so it's not too bad right there. Yeah, let me show you something. Transformer guy. You guys are looking for some Transformers? I want to look at some Transformers. Not the comics either. Not the comics. I got a box of Transformers here that I'm going to show you guys right now. So first of all, I won this box from someone in the Transformer community. And the cool thing is that he 3D prints things. And so he went ahead and 3D printed this Decepticon center here. Okay, there. And Transformers thing right here. There you go. So I'm going to be able to pair these up with my Transformer figures. So he 3D printed these and sent these to me free of charge. The Facebook really cool back. Let me show you one of the things that I purchased or I won from a game there on the Underground. This is the F-22 Austin. This is the Outback third-party figure. That's pretty cool. This guy's gonna stand at about like 6 or 7 inches tall. He's gonna be a little bit bigger. And like the smaller guy. That made no sense. He's gonna be bigger than the smaller guys, but he's gonna stand at about 6 inches tall. So this is actually really dope for here. Got that. Hold on. Fucking mail calls. Another one just came in. I am not showing that one to you guys, though. It will be for next week's episode. I need to look at it in perspective. Another thing that I got. This is, if you guys can recognize that guy right there, that's Mixmaster, right? Not Mixmaster, I'm sorry. Motormaster. Motormaster. He is 1/5 of the Stunticons. So I have all these little boxes right here. These are all little figures. They stand at about 3 inches tall, except for that Motormaster right there. And they all do combine into a third-party Minosaur. This is the Rising Force Minosaur. And he's only going to stand at about 8 or 9 inches tall in combined mode. In combined mode, he's only going to stand at about 8 or 9 inches tall. And I won one from a Transformer group on Facebook. Magical things happen on the group. It's called the Transformer Underground. If you're on Facebook, head on over to the Transformer Underground and request to be part of that group, because you're going to see people posting games where you can go ahead and purchase a rocket spot. And there's a possibility that you can win figures that are worth a few $100s at a fraction of the price. Of course, again, raffle. It's a cool little way to possibly add something to your collection. I've added quite a few because of that group. It's pretty gnarly. And that big box that I just showed right there, I also went from that group, and that's going to be safe. A whole different story right there. It's going to be a whole different right there. And I'm looking forward to unboxing that, showing you guys exactly what that looked like right there. I'm gonna let's get into this one right here. before ending the show, I definitely want to talk to you guys about, inspiration. Um, it has been a long journey even getting to this show for myself. I've been working on this show for a very, very, very long time. And I just still don't know how to approach it. And I just realized this, I just like to talk. We'll go ahead and turn on the microphone and talk and have a segment. And then there's a lot of a lot of YouTube shows that I've watched over the years. I would like to mimic that right there. So for me, I watched a lot of the YouTubers out there and say, hey, let's take elements from here, let's take elements from there. And then just hitting record and then doing this is just my way of just starting this show. Now, I haven't really gone the show out to everyone. I haven't really promoted the show yet. Just today for the first time I promoted the show just because I'm trying to get my practice in again. Trying to get my hosting abilities back in, So what I wanted to do here is share with you guys some channels that I get inspiration from. Some channels that have helped me out over the last few years. And the first four channels are not comic book related. They're not comic book related. But the things that they do in their channel, I'm like, I really, 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 really enjoy watching this channel. Let me try to learn from you. Biggie, what's up, man? Thanks for coming by. Audio was low. Oh, thanks for letting me know. That's something I did not. You guys gotta tell me these things, You have to let me know when things are too low. Let's see if I can adjust it over here. Audio. Check. Is that better? Let me know if you guys can hear me, okay? So I want to share with you guys a channel. One of the channels that I look for inspiration. And this guy's name is Mr. Matt Lee. And he basically, all he does is he builds computers. A lot of people build computers. They get on there, they build computers, and they talk to you exactly about bits and pieces and stuff like that. But there's just something cinematic about what Matt Lee does when it comes down to putting computers together. And there's a lot of things that I got, a lot of ideas that I got from his channel. He's a professional videographer, 100%, but he enjoys putting, computers together. And just looking at his setup, looking at how he does certain things, his movement, his presentation. And he doesn't really talk too much in his videos. It's just more of a, hey, this is a product. I'm going to show you what it looks like, but I'm going to film it my way. And he does it. And he does it very, very well. I should listen to my thing. All right, baby. Let me see. I'm gonna listen to Biggie. Let's see. How loud am I? How loud I'm not? Or do you think it's the music? The music may be too loud and it's overpowering my voice. Turn down the music a little bit. Yeah, bring it down a little bit. And this is just one of the channels that I enjoy a lot. Mr. Matt Lee. I get how I shoot some of my Transformers, some of the ideas from him, and I really, really, really like what he does. So I look to him for some things, and I just wanted to share with you guys some channels that, like I said, I look up to. Another one is, have you guys heard of that show, Hot Ones? Heard of that show, Hot Ones? This is that show where they make people eat those chicken wings while he's interviewing them. And I find the show awesome because Sean Evans, the host, he's got these awesome, brilliant questions, and he talks to his guests. But then, part of the show is eating these chicken wings that progressively get hotter, and it's more of a reactionary type thing towards the end. But what I really look at when it comes down to the show is just how deep Sean Evans really goes into knowing his guests, trying to bring up questions, deep cuts, and stuff like that. And it's a interview style that I truly enjoy. I just like looking at how he does things like that and then allowing his guests to talk. So I look at him as a show for inspiration when it comes down to interviewing other people. That's why I'm kind of working on another interview show. And I think it's super, super, super dope on how he does it. Just the way he brings people into the now. He'll talk about their past, their present, their future, and stuff like that. But then, of course, the wings, that's the entertainment part right there, right? That's some of the things right there. And then one more channel I want to share with you guys real fast. You guys, if you follow my channel, you know how much I really enjoy going to cons and shooting con videos. Another YouTube channel that I watch is Best Ever Food Review Show. Sunnyside right here. It's a food show, but it's also a travel video. And he blends both worlds perfectly. And that's kind of how I would like to approach my con videos. I want to approach the con videos as like a travel video, but it's also a con video. And a lot of things that I get, a lot of elements, a lot of ideas that I get from my videos, I actually get from him and from this show itself. And I absolutely love this show. And I don't watch it just for the food that he eats. I watch it for the editing. I watch it for the presentation, for how he is as a host. And so this is where I draw some of my inspiration also when it comes down to my con videos. I think about what would Sunny do and stuff like that, It's just about, for me, this is just for me. This is about elevating my channel. So that way it's something that I want to watch. Something that, hey, you know what? I would like to see this at a con. I would like to see that. I would like to see the host talk about this. And I'm still working towards it. I'm not, perfect by any means. I'm not even like any of the, best con videos out there. But I also know what I like to see in my videos. And Sunny and his team, they make it super enjoyable. So these are three of the, big YouTube channels that I watch, that I draw inspiration from to put into my channel. Things that I want to see for myself also, That helped? Turning down the volume help? Cool. Much better? Awesome. Yep, Hot Ones, yeah. Hot Ones is super, super fun. Super, super fun. I just love how it goes. I love how the interaction is with the guests, and the way Sean Evans talks to his guests and interacts with them. I think it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm working towards that. I'm working towards, trying to understand. I don't want to talk about psychology or anything like that, but just, how to speak to a guest when I'm interviewing them, and then just dig deep, do research and stuff like that. And that's what I learned about that show. It was do research on my guests before they come on, I'm working on an interview show right now also, and I've brought up some people from the communities, both Transformer and comic book communities, and of course it's going to look like, oh, you totally took this from Hot Ones, and yeah, I did. I already have one out from one of the members of the community, Mr. Jimmy Kimmel Global, sorry, and yeah, I tried to cut it, I tried to make it kind of like Hot Ones, because that's what I would like to see in our community. Have people have fun with things like this, and it's just how my brain thinks. I love that channel too. I see a lot of interesting places. I'm thinking you're talking about Best Ever Food Review Show. I love that channel too. I see a lot of different interesting. Yeah, he goes to some crazy spots. Your Heroes Con video was really good. I thank you, Matt. Thank you. And it's because of Best Ever Food Review Show. One of the travel shows that I watch, and I look at see what he does, and I draw ideas and inspiration from that show. I'll tell you what's hard is stopping people from rambling with 6+ people on a panel. It is. And that's one of the reasons why it's hard for me to do a live hangout. However, when you have those, hangout shows with 6+ people on there, is it focused? Is there a topic that you want to talk about, or is it just a hangout where everyone just comes in and just has a discussion while having a beer? I found that if there is a topic that you want to bring up, hey, you know what? This week's X-Men issue, let's go ahead and talk about it. If you want to talk about a issue, or if you want to talk about a book or a TV show and you have a panel, my recommendation is, hey, let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's go ahead and start with, I would say, Control the Show, Biggie. Bleeker, what are your thoughts on this? And when people talk over, just hold on, guys. Oh, Bleak, go ahead and finish. Get that thought out. Control the show. All right, Fogsy, what do you think? Mark, DJ, Rob, as a host, control it. Tell them, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. What are your thoughts? Go. Okay, cool. Your thoughts. Go. And I get it, especially with all of us, and I'm sure a lot of us have undiagnosed and diagnosed ADHD. We're just going, oh, yeah, wait, hold on. I get it. That's why for me, it's difficult to host a show like that now. I'll be perfectly honest. That's why I'm doing something like this where it's me solo, so that way I don't have people talking over me. Again, this is just me. I'm not saying that this is the best for anyone else. I'm just saying that this is the best for me. But I get that 100%, Everyone talks over each other. It's hard. It's hard to control stuff like that. It's an ongoing battle, heroes. Yes. Yeah, same goes for hosting a podcast as well. Very much so. I know 22. I know you know about this. That's when I was doing the C-List Villains podcast, also with my buddies, it was very difficult, very, very, very difficult. And that's why watching some of these much bigger YouTube channels who are highly successful, say, all right, what are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? What do they have that I don't, and what don't they have that I do? And that's how I think about it when I'm talking about my channel. That's how I think about it. And then of course, within our community, a couple of other channels that I do look up to, Nick's Comic Culture. Nick, he's got a fantastic delivery. What I love about it is that when he's sharing his new comic books, it's, hey, this is X-Men, 3 quick blurbs about it, moves on. Hey, this is DC, 3 quick blurbs about it. And his delivery is really nice. He's very natural in front of the camera, very natural in front of the microphone. So within our community, Nick is another one that I watch periodically just to, how's his delivery? How's he doing in front of the camera? And I really enjoy how he is when it comes down to, creating content. People have to know who leads the conversation. People do have to know who leads, but also the leader needs to let them know who's leading. Close mouth, don't get fed. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Junior, what are your thoughts on X-Men? Oh, I'm talking, guys. Great. Biggie, what are your thoughts on X-Men? People should know who's leading the podcast and who's leading the show, but the leader should also make sure that they're leading the podcast and the show. Without getting too mad and too upset. Hold on, you guys. You have to let certain people just let their ideas out. But then you go in and say, all right, got that out? Cool. Let's go back and, 22, what did you think about XYZ? Matt, what are your thoughts on this? You also have to lead by example too, when it comes down to a podcast. Or, any kind of the shows, the shows that we have here. I think explaining the show before live helps sometimes. Yeah. Do it. But also during the show that, hey, you guys, hold on, wait, let so-and-so finish their thought. Let so-and-so finish their thought. There's some people in our community you just can't control. And I get it. Let them get that idea out. And then once they're done, let them go, all right, cool. Got that out, cool. Let's give it a sec. Let's go ahead and put everything on pause. Let's go ahead and let this person finish, As far as interviewing, I learned that I am the host, but people are here to hear my guests, not myself. Exactly. That's why Hot Wins is something I look to. That's actually any interview, right? If you look at any interview, it's people come to see the guest. They don't really come to see the host. But there are some hosts that are really worth watching. Like, how did you come up with that question? And that's how interviewing is. You get 2-3 sentences for every 27 or 34 sentences that your guest gets out. You get them to talk. And this is where the host comes in, and they have these engaging questions that makes our guest or their guests say, oh my God, let's go ahead and talk about, dude, so Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, yada, 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 It's still up to the host to bring up those questions that aren't so close-ended. What's your favorite color? Fuck. So it's a lot of learning on our end as well. And that's why I look at interview shows that I enjoy to say, all right, maybe I should talk less and let them talk more. That has helped my movie shows going around robin kind of a format. Yeah, it's exactly. I've seen you do that right there, Matt. Everyone goes around. All right, cool. You go next, and then you go next. But as the leader of the show, as the host of the show, you let people know, okay, who's the next. You don't ask who's next. Here's one thing. And I'll say this. Here's one mistake I think we've all made, and I've done this too, when it comes down to hosting a group show or group podcast. Okay, who wants to go next? Oh, who's going to go next? Okay, who wants to start? Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Major League. What are you guys' thoughts? Who wants to start it off? No. Today on the show, we're going to talk about Major League, one of the greatest 80s baseball movies out there. My name is Matt. I really enjoyed this movie. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Biggie, what are your thoughts? 22, what are your thoughts? 30, what are your thoughts? Control the show. We all could do it. We're not professionals. But if you want to elevate that game, I've learned from watching other big YouTubers, that's what you do. You have to. You're not being a dick. You're just trying to control your show. I agree. It's easier when the group jives. That's so much cooler when the group does jive. Even when the group doesn't jive, it creates tension. It creates, kind of like against the grain type of conversations. But they can still be good conversations as long as the host of the show is driving the show. And I'm again, I see what I've done wrong in the past. I see what some of us do wrong now, but I also see what some of us do right. I also learned that interviews, as fun as they are, they drain me. The hardest part of an interview for me is getting some people to elaborate, but having a chill, relaxing environment helps a lot. Yeah, it does. It really does. Before ending the show, make sure you guys put in hashtag Comic Capsule. Enter you guys into a giveaway here shortly before I end. Bryant's in the house. What's up, Bryant? Bryant, fantastic. See, here's another one who's doing interview shows, and there's a lot of things that Bryant is doing very well too. He asks the questions and allows his guests to just speak on it. And we're talking about inspiration here, right? We're talking about how some of the bigger YouTubers that we watch, we as smaller channels draw inspiration from. A couple of other, definitely want to shout out Simple Simon, who does all of his toy vlogs out there in Australia. Phenomenal channel. I really enjoy watching Simple Simon. He's got I love it because he's got the courage to be able to go up to people and just ask questions right there in the car. And a lot of people can't do that. He's just like, hi, so what is this costume about? Oh, today I went ahead and purchased this. What did you get? And I love watching Simon just be able to go up to people and ask them questions. And that's just another great show, another great person in our community that I look at him like, hey, man, that he does a great job in our community of being able to go to conventions and speak with the audience. And it's so awesome to see him work. And then, of course, Mark from Legion of Comics. What I really enjoy about Mark from Legion of Comics is he has cohesive thoughts and he can present them and bring them out to you guys very, smoothly. No uhs, no ahs. Well, then that's difficult for someone like me. I like Batman, absolute Batman, because it's got pretty pictures. That's me. Mark can elaborate right there on the spot. His brain is working very quickly where he can do videos in one shot. A lot of his DC videos that he does, one shot, no uhs and ahs, or at least very little. And he's very passionate about things that he really enjoys. And when he talks about the things that he's passionate about, he just has a great delivery to it. So within our own community, we can also draw inspiration from each other. Mark is one of them. Simple Simon is another one. Nick the Comic Culture. And these are only 3 channels. And we have many. We have dozens of channels that we all look into and follow, because we're all part of the same community. But I just want you guys to know that sometimes I watch some of your guys' show with a different set of lenses. Because then to me, I'm like, oh, hey, Bryant did a good job there. Let me draw from there. Oh, Matt did a good job. Biggie did a great job. Let me draw from there. Because for me, this is me. It's all about constantly making myself better for the show, for the channel, because I enjoy doing this, and I want everyone else to enjoy doing this too, Brian kills it on an interview show. I couldn't do an interview show a week. I would die. I get it. And for me, 22, recording those interview shows might actually be a little bit easier. And then you can go in and edit. That way it's a comfortable position for you and your guests. That way you guys can talk. And if there is any, let me think about this, any dead air, you can cut those and present it in a nice package. The interview that I did with Jimmy Goebel that I posted a couple of weeks ago, 23 minutes long, I believe. But it was almost an hour's worth of recording and probably about 4 or 5 hours of editing. But the editing part, that's a whole different beast right there that this brain just needs to do. And I'm kind of the weird one too. It's crazy. BC Lev 9460. Join late but liking this format chat. Have to watch the whole show later to see what I missed before last. So thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Vogsy's in the house. All right, you guys. I am about to end this, but before we do that, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this. Make sure you guys enter #comiccapsule.com or #comiccapsule. I want you guys to be able to win this. So I'm giving away today a you guys can't see this. Here. Today I'm giving away a Silver Age black comic capsule to one of you guys today. I'll be sending this out. Silver Aged sized black comic capsule. Make sure you guys enter that hashtag comic capsule for your chance to win this. And I'm going to be running this here shortly. And I do want to give this one away. I want to give this away to someone out there who's hung out with me today. Oh no, it's not managing the chat and the guests. It's the actual talking and engaging with another human for an hour and a half to 2 hours. I get it. ADHD. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's like, what's your favorite color? Okay, I gotta go. Socializing is difficult. But the cool thing though, 22, is that if you are on the same wavelength as your guest, like the conversation happens naturally. So cool. It's when you don't know anything about them and you're like, hi, welcome to the show. Famous artist. What's your favorite color? I get nervous. I get starstruck myself. So, I get it. Entering the hashtag, I like it. It does get tough doing it every week. You have to keep finding new guests and you have to keep willing to do it every week, whether you like it or not. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't want you to think that you have to do it whether you like it or not. I want you to put yourself into the mind frame of, I enjoy doing this. I'm going to keep going. adjust and change later on as time comes. Why do you wear headphones from? Why do you wear headphones from? Nobody's in the chat with you. You're right. But Biggie was like, hey, like I could barely hear you. You should probably listen to yourself. And I'm putting on the headphones because I want to make sure I can hear myself decently. Hopefully the levels are to your liking, Brian. I want to make sure that you can hear me. Putting in the hashtag right there. That being said, I don't think pre-recorded would help. I actually enjoy and like the chat hanging out. See, everyone's got a different thing. Everyone's got their thing. Everyone's got their one thing. Everyone's got their way of doing it. Do it them, in such a way that makes you feel comfortable. And that's the most important thing too. I don't know. How many the most important things that I've already said today? It's quite a few. That's the most important thing. No, this is the most important thing. The most important things, 22, is you and your guests are comfortable and you and your guests are jiving, but do it when you're ready. Do it when you want to. Plans for Skybound discussion? Not today. Actually, this is towards the end of the show, my friend. If anything, put in the hashtag Comic Capsule because here, just before I end the stream, I'm going to choose a winner for that. Yep. That's why I use the same questions for every guest. And that's what I'm going to be doing for my guests also, Brian. I have a set list of questions, and each one, though, I'm going to be delivering them differently. So that way, each video that I put out doesn't sound exactly the same. And I try to keep it to about 8 to 10, maybe 10 questions. However, I will ask about 15 or 16 questions off air to see what reactions I get best, and I'll take those and I'll clip them. And then again, I edit the stuff, I was interviewed by, yes, you were. And I saw it, Bogsy. Good job. All right, I got to get back to work. Let's go ahead and run this giveaway. How many people are in here? Wait. Hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. Someone got excited. Like, oh, I pressed the wrong button. Let's start collecting comments again. Make sure you guys enter hashtag Comic Capsule there so that way we can get you in. All right. Make sure you guys get that in there. Comic Capsule. Look, you can only get like one in, Voxy, okay? There's only one. All right, but make sure you guys do that. And hashtag Comic Capsule right there. I'm collecting a few more entries. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some. You guys, make sure, put it in one more time. Hashtag Comic Capsule. Put it in there right now. I'm going to draw here shortly. I want to make sure you guys, get a chance at winning this. 22's in. All right. We'll wait for one more. Okay. Let's go ahead and run it, you guys. Good luck to you guys, and a big thank you for you guys coming by and hanging out with me. I didn't really put this show out there. I didn't promote it just yet because I'm practicing. As you can tell, there's a little stumbles here and there, but I'm practicing on how to do this again because I want to do this every Friday, and typically it's going to be held 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be doing this show, The Confabulation, where I allow my brain to just throw up words and have you guys come and hang out and win comic capsules, all right? All right, I'm about to run it in 3, 2, 1. Let's draw. Good luck to you guys. Big good luck. You guys have a really good chance of winning, too. There's only 4 of you guys, and I'm still going to give this away. Boom. Matt. Heroes for Hire Comics. I'm going to be sending you a Black Silver Age comic capsule, and I'll probably throw some extra goodies in there. No Transformers just yet, Matt. We're gonna work towards that eventually. All right, so towards that tier of giveaways. But weekly, I'm going to be doing something to do with a comic capsule. I'm going to be giving that away weekly because I am, again, sponsored by Comic Capsule, comiccapsule.com. Make sure you guys head on over to comiccapsule.com. Enter code EMAN10 for 10% off your next order. They will hook you up. They have phenomenal colors that'll fit the aesthetics of any one of your comic books, and they are awesome. All right. Now, one more time, I've enabled channel membership. So if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that membership button right there. 99 cents gets you custom emojis as well as monthly polls. Just a nice little way to support the channel. And then later on, I'm going to be upping and adding some different tiers, which include weekly membership, hangouts, kind of like Q&As. And then I'll also be throwing in, and eventually I'll be also throwing in, Transformer giveaways. I will be giving away actual figures for, higher tier members in the future. So keep an eye out on that. But weekly, I'm going to be giving away these comic capsules for sure, thanks to comiccapsule.com. Right. All right. Well, that's it for this episode of the Confabulation. Thank you to everyone for coming by and hanging out. Thank you so much to the chat for coming by and hanging out. Thanks to Comic Capsule for sponsoring also. And keep an eye out because, like I said, this is going to be a weekly show that I'm going to be doing during our lunchtime. All right, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't set it up. I'll set it up next time. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.